Now next topic we are going to discuss is organization of panchayat. Every village panchayat has a pradhan or sarpanch. Okay, each village panchayat has a pradhan or sarpanch who is the head of, you can say, the panchayat. And who elects them? All the members of Gram Sabha. And who all are the members of Gram Sabha? All the adults above age of 18 years are the members of Gram Sabha. They vote and they elect the head of Gram Panchayat, and that head is known as Gram Pradhan or Sarpanch. Then Gram Pradhan is assisted by Up Pradhan, or you can say Deputy Sarpanch. So what happens if some, for example, like Pradhan is absent, then Up Pradhan or the Deputy Pradhan will take his charge and will perform all his duties. Pradhan calls a meeting of Gram Panchayat, coordinates the work, and then you can say he prepares the report of all the work which has been done by Panchayat. It maintains the relevant record. And for how long these panchayats are held? These panchayats are elected for 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years. Okay, so Gram Pradhan, he looks after he heads the meeting of the village panchayat, and there is one person who is appointed by state government also, and that person is known as Panchayat Secretary. So he is the one who prepare all the report, that what work the panchayats have done and how much money they have spent and what kind of development work have been done by panchayats. So these panchayats are elected for 5 years. Now let us see what are the sources of income of panchayats, because they need money also, and how they are getting money. They impose taxes on fairs, shops and houses, and like fee from registration of purchase and sale of property and cattle. When we sell our property and we sell the cattle, of the registration fee is there that we have to pay, and that fee goes into the account of panchayat. Then government also give them some money as a grant so that they can carry on their developmental work. Then Nyay Panchayat, as I told you, it imposes fine on the people who are found guilty. So this money is also used. It also goes in the account of Panchayat. They use it for the developmental works. Then taxes on different things which are brought into villages and which are taken out of the villages. Different kind of taxes are imposed, and this money is used. All these like money generated from all these fines and taxes and grants, they are used by the by the panchayat to carry on the developmental work. Now let us see category wise what are the functions of panchayat. First of all, compulsory function. These are the functions that they compulsory have to perform. The first is arranging or providing clean drinking water. So panchayat tried, like you can say, make arrangements so that people of the village, they get clean drinking water, constructing and repairing roads, drains, wells and tanks, provide health and sanitation facilities, make provision for proper light on roads and streets, plant trees, and keep a record of birth and death in the villages. So these are the compulsory functions which every panchayat must do. Then there are some voluntary functions. These are the functions that if any panchayat want, they can perform. If they will not perform, then like you can say, then also like no problem will be there. And these voluntary functions are: number 1, to manage health care centers and small dispensaries, to organize cattle fairs and village markets, small markets which are held weekly in different villages. Organizing these fairs and these village markets, these can also be one of the function of panchayats. To manage veterinary hospitals. Veterinary hospitals means hospitals for animals where the animals are treated. Okay. Then install television and radio sets in the community center so that villagers can enjoy, and organize educational and awareness program, and organize village sports. So these are some of the voluntary functions of panchayat. Then comes significance of village panchayat. What is the importance? What is the significance? First thing, as I told you earlier also, that they help the villagers in solving their problem. Then they try to involve, like because of the Panchayati Raj, all the people of the villages, they can participate and they can have all important role to play in selecting their own head and the type of government they want. And then these villages, these these village panchayat, they help the villagers to be self-reliant. They help to establish democracy at the lowest level. So India has a democracy. Democracy means what? Democracy means a government by the people, for the people, and of the people. So similarly, democracy is established at the lowest level with the help of panchayat, because gram panchayat, because the head of the gram panchayat is elected by all the villagers, all the adult villagers. So it helps in establishing democracy at the lowest level also. Now next is the block samiti. It is at the block level. So we have villages, then many villages together, they form one block. Okay, when several or a number of villages are grouped together, they form block, and this area is known as a you can say block, and the type of government which is formed here is called block samiti. But the members of block samiti are not elected by the people, but they are elected by the pradhans and the panch of the village panchayat. So like I told you here, that head of the gram panchayat, they are elected by the people, all the adult members of gram sabha. So when many, like you can say you can say those gram pradhan or those sarpanch which have been appointed by gram sabha, they are for each and every village. So because many villages form a block, so all the pradhans of all those villages, they are the members, or like they are the one who elect the members of block samiti. Okay. So beside these, the members of the state Vidhan Sabha, Vidhan Parishad, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha from that block are also the member of the block samiti. So some members of block samiti are scheduled caste, some other of scheduled tribe. But again, the same thing, that 1/3 of the seats are reserved for women. Okay, to encourage them, 1/3 seats have been reserved for women. Then the members of block samiti elect a chairperson and a vice chairperson. All the members of the block samiti, they elect one chairperson for block samiti and one vice chairperson. And how does it work? The block samiti supervises the work of gram panchayat. That how the gram panchayats, which all are there in a block, how they are working. They prepare a plan for the development of the whole block, that how the developmental plan should be carried on in all the villages which comes under this block. Then community development programs are successfully implemented with the help of the block development officer. So there is one officer, block development officer, and he is the one who is a permanent representative of the state government. BDO, block development officer, he is appointed by the state government, and all other members of the block samiti, they are appointed or elected by gram pradhan and sarpanches. What are the sources of income of block samiti? Because it also has to carry on the developmental work, so how does it get the money? So it makes arrangement for providing, you can say the source of income is that it gets the money from the state government. State government gives money to the block samitis so that they can perform developmental work in their particular blocks. Now, what are the functions? Arrangement of primary and adult education, looking after health care, and looking after the vaccination program. They help farmer by providing irrigation facilities and distributing seeds and fertilizer. These block samitis, they promote cottage industries. Cottage means small scale industries, and they provide training for self-employment. It also undertakes welfare functions such as supply of clean drinking water, sanitation, and cleanliness. So this is about the block samiti. Now the next level is Zilla Parishad. Zilla Parishad means it is there. Now you can say it is at the highest level and the third level at the district level. And this Zilla Parishad is there in all the district of a state. And who are the members of Zilla Parishad? chairpersons of the block samitis, members of the state legislative assembly, that means MLAs, MLCs, MPs from that district, they all are the members of Zilla Parishad. So remember, chairpersons of block samitis, MLAs, MLCs, MPs from that district, they all are the member of Zilla Parishad. Then same thing is there, same kind of distribution is there here also. Some of the representative are of scheduled caste, some are of scheduled tribe, and some are women. The collector or the district officer or the deputy commissioner or DM, whatever term we will use, district magistrate. So the collector or the district officer or the deputy commissioner is the representative of the state government at the district level. So the DM is the one who looks after all the works of Zilla Parishad, and he is appointed by the state government. What are the functions of Zilla Parishad? For DM we can use different terms. We can call, he is known as collector, he is known as district officer, he is also known as deputy commissioner, and he is also known as DM. The full form of DM is what? District magistrate. Then functions of Zilla Parishad: to supervise the work of village panchayat and block samiti, because it is at the highest level, so it supervises all the work which have been done by the village panchayat and block samitis. Then it advises the state government how the work should be carried on in gram panchayat and you can say block samitis. Then it implement the projects under the 5-year plans. Those projects which are there under the 5-year plan of the central government, they try to implement all those projects under you can say in the Zilla Parishad and in the blocks and in the villages. Then Zilla Parishad keep a watch on agriculture production and the development program of the district, and then it also prepare a plan for the district, that how the developmental work should be carried out in a particular village or in a block samiti. So this is a very easy chapter, nothing much is there to explain about it. Still, if you have any confusion, you can ask me. So let me just summarize once that you can say when we talk about the Panchayati Raj, so we have 3-tier system: Panchayat at village level, block samiti at block level, district council or Zilla Parishad at district level. And a village panchayat again has 3 wings: Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat, Gram Nyay Panchayat. Members of Gram Sabha elect Gram Panchayat, and then elected head of Gram Panchayat, they elect the members of block samiti, and the members and all the members of block samiti, that means the chairperson and the MLAs and the MPs and MLCs, they all together they elect the member, they are the member of Zilla Parishad. So this is about this chapter. I hope you will not have any confusion in this. Still you have any confusion, you can ask me. Tomorrow I'll give you question answers and all other exercises. Till then, goodbye, take care.